And with that, what is happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. And before we get into this, take a look at our link tree. Our link tree, we have a lot of information on this. You need to check it out. All our socials, a free Telegram, also our Patreon. In our Patreon, we're running an exclusive membership offer. We only have 6 seats left to get in at $4.99 a month. Once these 6 members are filled, we will be up in this price. So hurry up before time runs out. We just started this. And don't forget to check us out on our Telegram. This is free to get the latest and greatest from the Bitcoin bros. We have a lot of things that are coming soon, and you want to stay on top of what we have going on. Taking a look at the Bitcoin price chart, what do we see? What do we anticipate? At the current time of this recording, we're seeing Bitcoin coming in at 51.1K. Now, looking at the Bitcoin price chart, we're above the Gaussian channel. Right here, you've seen this bullish cross of the 20 over the 200. Remember, 20 and 200 are the main moving averages that we have to pay attention to. And in bull markets, the 20 acts as support. Just like right here, Bitcoin got back above the 20 and came back down and retested it. This is when we bounced off it. And look right now, could Bitcoin just be having some type of flag pattern right now? So where would the technical target take this up to? If we pull from the bottom of this to the peak of this, let's move our extended line off here. So if this is the technical target, it could be going up here. Where would this be taking us up to? This would be taking us up to almost the previous all-time high zone. This could be around the corner for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. At the current time of this recording, remember, this is the price. You know, this is on the 5-day chart. The RSI is just steadily putting in higher highs and higher lows. Could we come lower? The point you want to pay attention to is this 20 moving average, which is sitting around the $43,000 threshold. So if Bitcoin came straight down today, there's a good chance that this could hold. This would still be a part of bullish structure as far as putting in a higher low before having that continuation to the upside. And we've showed you this clip. Donald Trump has been endorsing Bitcoin. Here's a quick update from Zero Hedge. It was a great day for Swiss National Bank, which first printed money out of thin air. Then they bought over 148,000 shares of SMCI, and today made a cool 36 million in profit. So what we're showing you this is showing you that this national bank bought, basically printed money, bought some of its own stock and made money off it. So check this out here. An update from Peter Dunworth. Sovereign banks printing money to buy stocks. So basically that's just like a cheat code. When will they start printing to buy Bitcoin? Once they start buying Bitcoin, it will be the beginning of the end for the bond market. Tick tock. And we have an update from Luke Broyles. Few understand this. When a single central bank goes all in, sailor strategy for Bitcoin, all of your models are destroyed. There's a brief period in history where Bitcoin existed and central banks were not printing political currency for it at any spot price. The time is now. So when this happens, when we see central banks start to print money but then buy Bitcoin, that's what's going to drive Bitcoin to millions of dollars, because the money printer can't stop and Bitcoin has a finite supply. This is what you need to understand about Bitcoin. With only 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist, right now you're seeing businesses get in through the ETFs. They're buying up Bitcoin. You haven't really seen sovereign wealth funds go all in. You haven't seen the central banks go all in. We're going to be heading towards $100,000 after this halving, which is coming up in the next couple months. But when this happens with central banks, this is going to take the price action of Bitcoin to a whole nother magnitude. All this, stair-stepping our way up and looking at previous cycles with technical analysis is going to be out of the window because the money printer won't stop. Then taking a look at another chart here, the CBBI, the confidence we're at the peak is 69 out of, at the current time of this recording, February 23rd, is 69. So if we look down at the CBBI chart, what do we see? What do we anticipate? One thing we wanted to call out here and note is if we zoom into here, we see that we're in a dark orange range. Why is this significant? Because every time we've been in the dark orange range, shortly thereafter, we either stayed in it or eventually got into the red and the dark red range. So could Bitcoin be getting ready to blow people's minds? Let's look back in the charts and see. Now, 2013 cycle, we had this double peak where basically this peak one came up and cooled off, but then came up about 12 months later and made another all-time high. There wasn't much liquidity in the system. This was back in 2013. There was very little altcoins. This was like Silk Road days when you have a lot of developers, nerds that are trading this for like internet money. There wasn't that many people in the Bitcoin ecosystem back then. But so you see that this could have been the reason for this cool off. There's a lot of volatility because there's not a lot of liquidity. So keep this in mind. In 2017, we had retail FOMO. This is when Bitcoin sort of went mainstream. And when we went to the orange level, we really never slowed down. Within the next 12 months, within the next 6 months, we've seen a blow off top. And then right here, note this rally here in 2019's bear market. We didn't get to the dark orange range and we were nowhere near the halving. So keep this in mind. We cooled back off and then had that rally up to that dark orange range, then dark red after the halving point. Right where we are now, we're in the dark orange range. So right now, the next range is the red and the halving is around the corner. It's less than 2 months away. And you see the Bitcoin halving clock right now, tentatively set for April 17th, 53 days away. Tick tock. Time is ticking. What happens after the halving? What comes after the halving? It's going to be off to the races. And then looking at the pi cycle indicator top. Looking at here, every time this orange line, which is the 111 daily moving average, comes up and touches the 350 daily moving average, we're seeing a peak here. Every single time, every single cycle. It happened twice in this cycle. Just because it happens once doesn't mean that it can't happen again shortly thereafter. Because it happened once back in April 2013, then we peaked back in November, early December of 2013. So you're looking at a 6 to 7 month window here. So keep this in mind. And then same thing here, we peaked. That was the peak for the cycle, the blow off top for 2017. We came up here and look what happened. We actually crossed here. So this was actually the peak. We had this ABC correction. This was a running flat where that B leg went up and put a higher high in. Everybody thought it was going to 100,000. Didn't happen. And look where we are right now. It's starting to curl up. If we zoom into this price action, we see that we are back above the 111 daily moving average. And as the price action continues to stair step its way up, we could come back down and test this level. Right now, this is at 42,000. Doesn't that sound coincidental? Look at this is around that 20 moving average as well, 43,000. So we could have a cool off back down to those ranges and then come up where the top price right now is around $65,000. So could we cool off before we come up? And once this orange leg continues to run its way up through 2024, potentially 2025, note when this cross happens, this is when the Bitcoin price will get parabolic. Before we leave, once again, don't forget to check out our link tree. It's on all our social media handles. You can check it out. And once again, Patreon, we have 4 seats left before this price goes up. This will not be this price forever. And with that, that's all I have for you today. Once again, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today. And I'm out.